But it's not just that they treat let's say our side, whatever that means. It's not just that they lie about anyone that's somewhat right-leaning. It's also that they are actually in collusion with the Democrats. We've got this from Betty Johnson, breaking. ABC News whistleblower Affi-David alleging that Kamala Harris was given an unfair advantage in her debate with Donald Trump has been released. And get this, guys, in essence, the Kamala Harris campaign worked with ABC to say you will not cover these things. Sort of, things like, oh, the coup that we did against the old man. And ABC accepted that. That's according to this whistleblower who signed an affidavit. Now I suppose we will find out if all of that is true, but generally people that have worked at, say, a news organization like NBC for over a decade wouldn't just completely make that up and sign an affidavit, because you could get into a bit of trouble. I think there's something like 11,000 affidavits have been signed by people that are claiming that there was fraud or negligence or something. Like Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell, they're Trump's lawyers. They have been making the case. So they have sworn affidavits. They're saying that they have people on the inside, and they're putting together the case. We had these hearings today, and these regular citizens put their butts on the line to say these things, but they're all crazy people or something like that. The election officials who are in charge of the stuff have found no fraud. Well, that doesn't mean no fraud occurred. Everyone wants them to just drop all the info now. You don't just drop everything. The second you get info, you don't just drop it and share it with everybody, right? You build a case so you can drop the bomb or release the Kraken, as they say. Well, now I know it doesn't surprise any of us that this type of thing happened. Let's not forget that last week, out of all of the craziness of that debate, perhaps the craziest thing was that ABC News hired Donna Brazile. It sounds like you guys may have had agreements with the Kamala Harris campaign as per what she was going to be asked or not asked. There's now an affidavit which has been signed apparently by a ABC employee who's worked there for a decade.
About the ABC News whistleblower who's got this affidavit out claiming that ABC News coordinated with the Kamala Harris campaign prior to the debate. The guy says he notarized this document the day before the debate, that he sent a certified copy of it to the Speaker of the House. Kamala Harris has said nothing, and ABC News issued a very troubling denial that was basically in response to all these specific charges. It was, we followed the rules of the debate. The rules of the debate did not allow us to give questions in advance. Ignored all the specific allegations.
Exactly. I read the document, I read the affidavit, and the guy claims that he's worked at ABC for 10 years. A lot of it does feel like it is legit. I would say the proof is in the pudding of everything we saw. And I think objectively, anyone watching that would have seen that clearly they were on the side of Kamala Harris.
Bill Ackman, billionaire investor, calling for the SEC to now investigate this publicly traded company, Disney, which owns ABC, demanding Bob Iger, the chairman of Disney, respond to these allegations. The person who broke this story on X goes by the label Black Insurrectionist. And we went back through his tweets because we were not familiar with this account. I'm now following it. This does not sound like some loon. This guy's posts, actually, some of them are pretty charming. Anyway, he doesn't seem like, some nut job at all. He said, look, I've done all I can do. And then he said, I do believe there might be a congressional investigation now. Now it's getting interesting. Now we might actually have a hearing with subpoena power. The audience may know the Twitter website or the account goes under the name Black Insurrectionist, and said he'd been in touch with a whistleblower from within ABC News who was alleging that he has worked at ABC News for 10 years, that he heard conversations amongst executives, that he has them on tape, and that they reveal that ABC News inappropriately coordinated with the Harris campaign in advance of the debate, and that he filled out a signed, sworn, verified affidavit, which is a document you sign in the law under the penalties of perjury, the day before the debate, and that he mailed, certified mail, a copy of said affidavit, sworn, to Speaker Mike Johnson the day before the debate. Well, we are now able to confirm they never got the letter. We have spoken with a source with direct knowledge. Speaker Johnson's office never got said alleged certified letter. The alleged tapes have never been made public. The alleged whistleblower has never come forward. We were told he was possibly filing a lawsuit. That didn't happen. He allegedly filed a complaint with the SEC and the FEC. We contacted those organizations, which did not confirm or deny. They made no comment on whether they'd received such a complaint, but even if one were received, it doesn't prove said whistleblower exists. That is the state of this alleged ABC News whistleblower and this X account, which, for whatever it's worth, I have unfollowed.
And then, Father, the rapture dream was over.